They like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side. Yeah,
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Kansas City Chiefs. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
Here we go.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secure.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Hey, wahoo! Go ahead.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Gets this one to Hill. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now Garoppolo. And it's complete to Kelsey. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And he will try, but he can't. He can't escape the end zone. Gordon is taken down, and it's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Let's go. Let's do it. Here we go.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Corey Grant, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. The extra point up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. Nifty move by Gordon. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Leo! Slip down.
On third down, Leach. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. Corey Vedvik now set to punt. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line.
Here we go.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop? Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall, and they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Here we go.
They'll run on first down. It's Grant. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Last week we saw a rarity. He was over 200 yards on the ground, and they lost. So we'll see if they can get more carries like that and win this week.
And that was interesting watching the game tape, wasn't it? Because it was hard to register that we watched him pile up that yardage and create those nice runs, that they didn't win the football game. But that doesn't mean changing what you do. Continue to feed him the football.
Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And Graham's got it. Complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That's a room to run now. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Butker now to add the extra point. And that will make this a 16-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Darren Lee there to get him down.
Rock it.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, Leach. He's going to air one out. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. as his guys are in for 6, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And if you blinked, you probably missed that touchdown drive. It happened in a hurry.
I was just putting mustard on my hot dog, and all of a sudden he's in the end zone. I've got to do a better job of paying attention for this quick strike offense.
I thought you weren't going to tell your wife about the hot dogs in the booth thing.
I just did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You did. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone here, so it's a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
Here we go.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action, Garoppolo. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
To throw on 2nd down. Leach. Complete. Hunter Henry with the ground. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism. Great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Dorian O'Daniel, 3rd-round pick in 2018, made the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Tim Williams in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Hey, stand up. Watch the twist.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Leach. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
On 1st down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw is Garoppolo. The connection made. It's Graham. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Go, go.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit. I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air. And that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Looking to throw on second down. Leach, complete. It's Henry. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The Chargers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Leach. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Leach. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry, and he's got this down to the 35.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The sack by Dorian O'Daniel, the linebacker from Clemson.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. Leach. And he's going to go down again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Leach gets it to Gordon. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Garoppolo now. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Now he's going to throw deep right side, and that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. To throw on 2nd down. Leach. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Let's go.
24-yard gain on the play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Look at me. Go.
From the gun, Leach. And the Chiefs are going to get him. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. A final shot before break. Leach trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. So we'll come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football.
We play to win. Let's go.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself, right?
He's got the lane, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Kansas City. Touchdown. Corey Grant, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Point after, up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Leach, and that will be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Recon, 132 fighter. Leo, come. Ready?
They'll try and throw for it here. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Tim Williams. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They will run with Grant. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They go back to Grant. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. There's Garoppolo to throw. That's complete to his running back, Grant. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a short 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Jimmy Garoppolo with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? that was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold it.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And caught by Henry. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Leach. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give them 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Off play action. Leach. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Operating from the gun. Leach. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Melvin Gordon. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will shave 1 more off this lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. On first down, Grant. And he lost the football. And he's got Rome. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled. Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game. And in the driver's seat right now. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do. No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football. Looking to throw. Leach. He completes it to Henry. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it? Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it. Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here's Hill on the return. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got to the end zone. And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. This is Grant. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Corey Grant, 54 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. But go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times. You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend. I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving. Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up? You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so something else. And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. We're back now in KC. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Back to throw. Leach. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game. But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. Here we go. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later? Who would that be? That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him? I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right? Yeah, I think he's doing okay. Kill. 11. Now a handoff looking right. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That'll be caught by Kopp. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 2nd and 4. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores. Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win? Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Leach. Open man, it's Allen. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there for L.A. 46 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Hey, orbit. Clear. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, let's get in them holes. Right. Now.
Throwing again. Leach. They'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. From the gun, Leach. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. From 8 yards out, and the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Here we go.
Garoppolo now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Grant. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City 1st.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he loses the football a 2nd time. And picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away. And they're not doing it.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Frank Clark picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Throwing on 3rd and long. Leach. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. He's picked off at his own 46. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
Go!
Throwing on 1st down. Leach. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Operating from the gun. Leach. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Back to throw. Leach. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 20. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Grant, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Now a handoff here to his running back. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
65. Hey, gun. Hey, Foxtrot. Here we go. One's the mic. Watch one. Let's go, team. Big series right here. We got to step back.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll run on 1st down. Grant, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the Chargers' 26-yard line.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.